Hello, welcome. Thanks for joining us for our online open house. I'm Gabe Sani. I'm the Executive Director of Code for Canada, and I have with me Megan Hellstern. You want to say hi, Megan?
Hi, everyone. I'm the Education and Community Program Manager with Code for Canada. Welcome.
So thanks for joining us. For those of you who have attended one of our in-person open houses or who were on our last online open house a couple months ago, there'll be some of this which is familiar, but what we're really excited about today is to give you a bit of an update on what we've been working on over the past few months. So here's our agenda for today. We'll do a bit of an intro to give you, for those who are new to Code for Canada, to tell you what we're all about. Then we'll talk about our fellows who have recently started, tell you a bit about the onboarding process that we've lined up for them, give you an update on our community network, and then we'll have time at the end for questions. So let's dive in. Code for Canada is a nonprofit we launched in April that connects government innovators with the tech and design community. And we're modeled after similar organizations in other countries, most notably Code for America, who've been around since 2009 or 10, Code for Australia, Code for Germany, many others. And we've really benefited from that really great network of those organizations globally to help us with our launch in April and in the work that we've been doing since then to stand up our programs. So I'll walk you through those programs right now. The first one is our fellowship. So this is a program in which we hire technologists, designers from the private sector, people who are experts in building digital products, and give them the chance to apply their skills to working in government. So they we work with government partners to identify a project and then embed those fellows into government to work on that project in a team of 3 over the course of 10 months. We'll say a little bit more about the fellowship in a moment. The next program is our what we call our Civic Tech Community Network. Generally speaking, this program is about helping build a strong civic tech ecosystem in Canada. And where we're starting off with that is being inspired by Code for America's Brigade program and similar programs in other countries, building out a network of local civic tech community organizers who put together hack nights or meetups in their communities. So some of the well-known ones in Canada are Beta City in Edmonton, Civic Tech Toronto, and Ottawa Civic Tech. Though that community is growing, and we'll get an update on that from Megan later on as well. And then our third program is education and training. So this is a program through which we offer courses, workshops, and other programming to help build capacity in government around digital government and civic tech. And also in the community, so in the civic tech community, to help people better understand how to use their tech and design skills for impact, whether that's through sort of social and civic impact in the community, or by helping them better understand how to work collaboratively with government on civic and social issues. So that's what our education and training program is about. We do this work thanks to a really great network of partners that we have. The Government of Ontario were our launch partner for Code for Canada when we launched in April, and have agreed to bring on 1 team of fellows. So the Government of Ontario were our first fellowship partner. The Government of Canada was our second. So those are the 2 governments, Ontario and Canada, where fellows will be working starting very shortly. We also have great private sector partners, Shopify, well-known tech company in Canada, Normative, a really great design and innovation firm, and National, who have been helping us with some of our communications. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about our fellowship. That's the program that we've been putting a lot of our energy into over the past few months. And so if you've been following us for a little while, you may have seen that in May we put out a call for applications for people who wanted to be part of our inaugural cohort of fellows. Those applications closed in June, and we had a really excellent response. The response far exceeded our expectations. We had over 300 applicants. So, those are people from across Canada with a wide range of skill sets, but who are applying to our 3 different streams of fellows. One stream for software developers, one stream for UX designers, and a stream for product managers. So with Shopify's help, we had designed a 6-step recruitment process that began with an application and involved a skills test, a screening interview, a personal interview, a technical interview, and a team interview. So we eventually, it took us much of the summer, but we narrowed that set of 300 really excellent applicants down to the 6 who have now joined us. If you're interested in learning more about who applied for the fellowship, we've got a really great blog post that has a breakdown of some of that data, so take a look at that if you're interested in hearing more. The 6 fellows who we selected, I can introduce them to you now. They're not here; they're busy at the moment, but I can tell you who they are. So our first set of 3 are the 3 fellows who are going to be working with the government of Ontario. Here in Toronto, there's Christine Lee, Santiago Mendoza, and Sophie Sangnani. And so Christine is a top-notch product manager. She has led a number of innovation projects at TELUS Digital, where she was working previously. Santiago is an experienced software developer. He has an advanced degree in machine learning, and he was previously working at a startup in Waterloo, though just returned to Canada for the fellowship after spending some time working in France. Sophie actually has a professional background in finance, but switched over to working in UX out of a desire to build products that help people. So these 3 fellows will be working with the Ontario's Ministry of Advanced Education and Skills Development to design and deliver a digital tool that will help adult learners in Ontario make more informed decisions about programs to take. Our next team are the 3 fellows who are going to be working in Ottawa. There's Daniel, Leon, and Raluca. Daniel is a biomedical engineer with a background in designing software and hardware for people with disabilities. Leon is a software developer who has worked at startups as well as on a number of really cool civic tech projects. And Raluca is a seasoned user experience designer. She's been working in digital innovation for over 12 years with a range of clients in finance, education, and healthcare. Her work focuses on designing digital experiences around empathy for users. And so this team is going to be working in Ottawa with the Canadian Digital Service to help residents identify and access the public services that are available to them. So we're really excited about these 6 fellows, and we were happy to meet them when they started last week. So congratulations to them for making it through that process. We're really thrilled to have them with us, and excited to watch the impact that they're going to make over the next 10 months, both in terms of building services that help residents, but also in the way that they're going to be helping the teams that they're embedded in government build their digital capacity. And so now I want to pass it off to Megan, who will share some details about the onboarding that fellows are currently going through.
Thanks, Gabe. Hi there, it's Megan again. I'm the Education and Community Program Manager with Code for Canada. The fellows are going to be spending some time working in government, many of them for the first time. And in order to help set up them for success in that relationship, we have 4 weeks of fellowship onboarding that the fellows go through. So this is a mixture of experiential learning, workshops, sort of team building, a whole wide range of activities really intended to help prepare fellows to work in government on things that matter to Canadians. So onboarding was really designed around the principles of sort of inclusion, making it experiential, iterative, and collaborative. And so in that spirit, we've designed a really wonderful jam-packed schedule. That's actually where the fellows are right now and why they weren't able to join us here. So as mentioned, it's 4 weeks total. The first 3 weeks, we're currently in week 2 right now, are focused on the fellows alone. And so we're really teaching them a whole wide range of different skills, from working together effectively as a team to what, sort of technology, design, data, some of the practices that they've learned look like in government, how to persuade and negotiate, influence. It's been a really wonderful journey so far. So they're going to be doing that for 3 weeks. The 4th week, they'll actually be joined by their government hosts as well. So that last week will really be focused on building understanding and trust between the hosts, that the teams that are going to be hosting these fellows for the next few months, as well as the fellows. And really overall under onboarding, we're really trying to lay the foundation for hosts and fellows to work and learn together effectively during the fellowship. And we're really trying to equip both the hosts and fellows with the knowledge, skills, and supports they need to deliver cutting edge digital government projects like Gabe just mentioned. So as a little bit of a preview, this week, they're sort of learning about technology, data design. Yesterday, we had a fantastic session with Dan Hahn, who worked on the California Child Welfare System with Code for America. So he really took us on a deep dive of some of the mechanics behind, how you deliver really great projects inside government. Today, they're learning a little bit about data and how that looks in government, doing some goal setting. Tomorrow, we have Jess McMullen joining us. He's sort of a leader in the public sector design space. So we're going to be doing a deep dive on design in government. And then Friday, I'm really excited. I'm going to be kicking off a 3-day sprint with the fellows where they're actually going to work together on a short sort of intensive project where they'll actually get to apply their skills and develop a prototype solution to a project related to their work. Next week, we're off to Ottawa. So the fellows will be in Ottawa for the full week, finishing up their sprint, meeting some of the great folks working there in this space. And we're also going to be going to Forward 50, which is a conference on digital government, and there will be a couple sessions there. And then the last week is really going to be focused on bringing those hosts in and building some trust and relationships there. So it's been a really exciting whirlwind sort of first week and a half, and we're really looking forward to the following weeks as well. In terms of the fellowship onboarding, if you're interested in following along and learning what's going on and sort of hearing about it, feel free. We're really trying to work openly during the onboarding process. So you can follow us on Twitter at Code4CA on the screen there. We're also going to feature a little bit of information about it in their newsletter as well as our blog. So feel free to hop on and check out some of the things that the fellows are learning, and we'll be sharing more as the following weeks sort of continue. So stay tuned. We've got a great 2.5 weeks left with the fellows and their onboarding before they land in their respective host teams.
Great.
So I think now I am going to share a little bit of an update about our community network. Although before I go on with that, I might just mention that on the education front as well. So while I've been busy with the onboarding sessions for fellows, we're also in the middle of teaching our digital government and civic tech course at Ryerson University. That's been really fantastic. We've got a great group of 15 students, mostly public servants, learning a whole range of topics with us, from human-centered design to agile project management to usability, accessibility, you name it. So that's been really, really exciting to see. And we're actually in the midst of talking about ways to expand access to that course to people outside of Toronto. So if you're interested in that or other educational offerings that we're working on, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm always happy to chat and let you know what's going on. And I'm also interested in hearing about what type of demand or interest there is, because that helps us inform where we spend our time and effort. So my contact info is just megan@code4.ca, or feel free to reach out to me on Twitter or LinkedIn. So moving away from the education angle towards the community network piece. So as Gabe mentioned, our community network really supports the creation and growth of civic tech community groups across the country. And it's been a really wonderful sort of movement to watch spread. So basically, some of the major updates from the last couple of months, we hosted our first ever sort of national Canadian civic tech organizer convening call. So this actually came out of a convening that happened back in June at the Canadian Open Data Summit. And so at that meeting with, I believe there were about a dozen folks there involved in civic tech communities across Canada, we had committed to actually bringing together people again online. And so we did that. We had organizers from across the country, which was really exciting. We had folks from Calgary, Edmonton, Ottawa, Toronto, and Montreal on that call. And it was really great. We shared some updates about what's happening in our respective communities. We talked a little bit about what the future of this network could look like. We also are starting to explore other exciting sort of community-led initiatives, such as a potential response to the Smart Cities Challenge from the Canadian civic tech community. So stay tuned for more news on that soon. One of the sort of focuses with the Civic Tech Organizers Network is thinking about how to expand that in the coming months. So there will be more news on that very soon. Stay tuned. We also were very excited to launch the Civic Tech Community Organizer Toolkit. So this is a free online resource available. It's in a beta format, so we're still very actively welcoming feedback on it, but it's really meant to be a resource to help people who are interested in starting up a civic tech community in their sort of local region. To give them some advice and tips, some templates, some things to help accelerate that process. And to complement that, we've also launched a Slack channel. So this is an online discussion forum where organizers, either who have established communities or are thinking about establishing communities, can actually connect with each other, share sort of learnings, resources, advice, tips, that kind of thing. So if you're interested in either of those, they're available on our website under the community network section, and I encourage you to check them out. And if you're interested in any of them, or you have feedback, again, please reach out. I really welcome it. We're still considering additional resources that we'd like to release to support the growth of these communities. So let us know, and we're happy to see what we can do to pull that knowledge together, because we're really excited to see these communities continue to grow. And on that front about communities growing, it's really, really exciting to see this movement spread. So I mentioned that on our convening call, we had folks from Calgary, Edmonton, Ottawa, Toronto, Montreal. These are some of the groups that I would say are more established. They've been around for a little while. We're also really excited to see several new groups popping up. So just within the last couple of months, we've seen at least four. There may be more out there that we're not aware of, but we know of at least four new civic tech groups that have have been established. So Civic Tech London, Ontario has started up, as has Civic Tech Waterloo Region. Civic Tech Fredericton, and Civic Tech Vancouver. So we've got a nice sort of cross-Canada spread there as well. So big shout out and congratulations to each of these groups for getting off the ground, and we're really excited to see them continue to grow and thrive. And at the same time, we've also been in talks, or at least we're aware of sort of nascent groups forming in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, Northwest Territories, Regina, Saskatchewan, Cornwall, Ontario, and again, likely elsewhere we may not even be aware of. So it's really exciting to see this spread happening, and we're really eager to continue supporting that growth as much as we can. So in terms of getting involved, if you'd like to get involved, whether it be in some of the civic tech community work or other parts of our work that we do here at Code for Canada, there's lots of ways to stay in touch. If there is a local civic tech group in your community, I can't recommend joining it enough. Whether or not you have technical skills, they are great communities of people who are really eager to make a positive impact, and I'm sure you'll find a warm welcome there. And obviously, if you don't have a local civic tech group, we'd love to help you start one and support you in that process. So reach out to us, join the Slack channel, and we'll see what we can do to help you get that started. Future fellowship recruitments, we're already thinking, even as our first fellows are arriving, of course, we're thinking about what the future holds for that program. So please feel free to reach out to us to get involved in those fellowship recruitment processes. There's lots of opportunities, whether you're a prospective fellow or you'd like to be involved in the recruitment and application process or some other means. We're really excited and eager to have folks involved in that exciting program. Spreading the word always helps, of course. We love to have folks telling other people about the work that we're doing. We're a small team with grand ambitions, and we definitely appreciate any and all support in cross-promoting what we're doing. We have a very active social media presence on Twitter and Facebook, and you, of course, can check out our website as well and share that with folks. We also have a great mailing list with our newsletter and a blog as well. So lots of great ways to keep in touch and share the work that we're up to. And lastly, reach out to us anytime. We are all very eager to connect with folks who are keen to work with us in some capacity, and always happy to have a chat or share our knowledge, experiences, that kind of thing. Really trying to be a resource to folks doing this really vital and important work around digital government and civic tech. So feel free to reach out to us anytime. I believe the last slide in this deck has some actual email addresses and contact information for actually getting a hold of us. So I think I'll turn it back over to Gabe now to close us out.
Thanks, Megan. So that's the update that we have for you today. Thanks for taking some time out to get caught up on who we are and what we've been up to. My understanding is that we've got a pretty wide range of people on the call today. So if there's some aspect of Code for Canada that you're interested in and that we didn't cover, now's your chance. If you've got any questions in mind, you can open up the chat window, which is a little blue icon that might be on the left or right side of your screen, and you can pop your question in there. We're happy to take those if anyone has any. Or otherwise, drop us an email. So if you've got questions about the fellowship program, Leah is our fellowship program manager. Her email is leah@code4.ca. If you're interested, if you're working in government and interested in how Code for Canada could help connect you with a team of fellows or with the civic tech community more broadly, I'd be happy to chat. My email is gabe@code4.ca. You could also contact Dorothy about that. Megan's email address isn't here, but it's Megan, MEGHAN, @code4.ca if you're interested in the education, training, and civic tech community network programs. And And so, yeah, so if you've got, if you have any questions, if you think of questions later on, those are the folks to reach out to. And we, look forward to another one of these updates in a little while. If you have the chance to make it out to one of our in-person open houses, we do them periodically in different cities as we're able to get the chance to travel a bit across the country. And if there's something going on in your community, in your city, that you think Code for Canada would be interested in being a part of, please reach out. We'd love to have the chance to come out and meet you, hear what's going on in your community, and hopefully get involved. So so I guess I think that we'll wrap it there for now. Thank you. Thanks so much. Unless you have anything to add, Luke, I think I think we're done. Thanks. Bye.